to this. Listen to this. Turn your radio up, homie. Listen to this. Hey, listen to this. Listen to this. Turn your radio up, cuz. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Turn your radio up, cuz. Listen to this. Listen to this. Here we go. Hey, they need crank. They need a dog crank. Listen to this, yo. Listen to this. Come on. Hey, they need crank. They need a dog crank. Here we go. DMV. Go girl worldwide. Hey, turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, nigga, Ray Booty Vegas at it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, nigga, Ray Booty Vegas at it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Chicken, damn McLovin. Oh yeah. Come on. DC's on. DJ D money. Monday and Wednesday 6 to 10. Chicken, princess. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, nigga, Ray Booty Vegas at it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, nigga, Ray Booty Vegas at it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, nigga, Ray Booty Vegas at it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, nigga, Ray Booty Vegas at it again. Turn your radio up. And we're blessed. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone.
Hey, you said offbeat clapping somebody.
No, the Wi-Fi is offbeat.
No,
the Wi-Fi is offbeat. No. You wouldn't know.
I'm not saying anything.
Hey, the Wi-Fi is offbeat.
I'm not saying anything.
No, that's it. I'm doing that on. You know what I mean? That's my little rhythm.
Your rhythm.
Look anyway, just like the broadcast to me.
I'm not getting into that. I'm not gonna let you walk me down that aisle, Ric Flair. You're not gonna walk me down that aisle, Ric Flair.
Oh my God.
No, ain't gonna be able to do it.
Somebody, I swear.
Wow. Hey, it's the Blend Show. It's Wednesday night. Don't worry about the time. 2 times a day, a stopwatch is correct. So, yeah, that's how we getting it in. It's your man, DJ D Money. That is the sleeper, Nika Ray.
Oh, yeah.
That is the waker upper, Bootsy Vegas.
Oh, yeah. We got to get better help, D Money. We got to get better help. We got to get better help.
Together we are the blend. No matter what time we blend on in, that's what we're gonna do tonight.
Boy, I'm telling you, the blend, aka CP, the CP blend today, baby.
The CP,
yeah, color people blend.
Oh, okay.
You know,
yeah,
boy,
yeah.
I think we
say stuff. Huh?
I said leave it to HU. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I was fashionably late. You know. Shout out to Mom too. I was fashionably late.
Leave it to HU. The only people that lost their homecoming one day and gained the top 5 recruit in the nation the next. But you know,
how you doing?
Hey, NBA prospect. Anyway, I'm sorry, dude.
Will he do all 4 years there though?
Absolutely not. He's not even gonna go to class, bro. That man is there to play basketball. I might go to a few classes first semester. Now I got to get ready for my business classes and draft stats. He's not going to no classes.
Publicity stunt?
I mean, he's going because people are going to see that. He's going to go to a black school. But I'm going to get this bag at the end of the year. So,
hey, DJ.
Wow. Speaking of Afro-Americans in basketball, Bootsy Vegas, we lost a homie.
Yes, we did, man. Man, rest in peace to Charles Harrison. Hold on, it's Charles Harrison. I'm sorry. Charlie Harrison. I'm sorry.
Charlie Moe.
Charlie Moe. Everybody knows Charlie Moe went to Georgetown. Charlie Moe went to Carroll. Charlie Moe went to Carroll with my man Lawrence Moulton. And Charlie Moe is from Benton Road. He's definitely from South Beach. But I'm gonna tell you something about Charlie Moe. Charlie Moe coached Cadoza High School for like 4 years.
Right.
And Charlie was always around trying to help kids get into college. He was very laid back. He wasn't an introvert, but if he didn't know you, he wouldn't speak. But I can really say this. I've known him since he was in high school, and he was the same person. And man, when I saw that last night, bro, I kind of woke up late and just at like 3 a.m. and saw it, and I couldn't even sleep, bro. Like such a good dude. I saw him at my cousin's wedding. My cousin Alicia, who's Yanni's best friend, got married, and I was explaining to him and Kurt Smith they should do something like what the Blend is doing. Like, they have this thing called the Red Cup Hour that they've been doing on Facebook. And I was talking to him like, dog, y'all got all this valuable information. Y'all have all these AAU relationships, and me and him were talking, but the COVID thing happened, and and it's like, man, he passed away. He was such a good dude, man. Yeah, he really was. So
Coach Rob from my former high school, the Orange and Blue of Roosevelt, hit me up, and that's how I found out.
Man, he was a good dude, man. And he got 3 daughters, and he also was coaching AAU. So, somebody who was giving himself and extending himself to the community is such a big loss for somebody like him, because it's not really in his nature. What I got from him was it wasn't in his nature to be talking to him and be like this, but he saw the need for it to be filled. So he jumped in, man. So, man, rest in peace, Charles Harrison, man. Georgetown and Carroll alum, man. Rest in peace, man.
All right. That's what's up. Nikki Ray, how was your week?
Oh, it's been long. Let me tell you, it's been very, very hot out here in these streets, trying to work out every day, and I am completely tanned. Hey, Kim Phillips, completely tanned.
Kimmy.
Like it's terrible, y'all. Y'all should. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all see the difference in my skin tone?
Oh God, what is happening?
She a little cook.
Yeah,
Nika Ray is wrong. Yeah.
Hey, Boosie, time to flip her. I think that's
I don't know how that sounds, but okay, cool. You look a little bright.
Shout out to Sweet Thing and her boo Ray. I ran into them over the weekend.
Okay. They're my homies, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I can't wait to go to their wedding.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really, really dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, cooling.
Speaking of Will,
did you get any entanglements while you were out there or no?
No, none. Listen, I've seen the internet take that and go so far. It's been so many memes. It's just like the internet is undefeated, y'all.
I swear the best one I seen was entanglements are for cougars. You young folks stay too complicated.
So listen, I keep seeing it's a meme that's circulating about baby cougars. Apparently, baby cougars are from the age of 30 to 39. I guess when you hit 40, you're a full cougar. It's a whole thing.
The movement is real. Oh my God.
Baby cougars.
Okay. I guess, for 2020, there's no more situationships. It's entanglements.
Oh, wow.
Call it like it is. Hey, Will handle. Do you think? I mean, I'm gonna say my part. I think Will handled that like a soldier. What do you think?
I'm gonna let Nika go first before I go in on this.
Of course, let me just say this: as far as the public eye goes, they want you to see what they want you to see. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think this isn't the first time we've heard any type of rumors when it comes to Will Smith and Jada. This is not the first time. So it just so happened that her boo thing snitched on her. That's all. But if we want to take it all the way back, there was plenty of rumors about Dwayne Martin and Will Smith. Then it was the whole thing with Will Smith and Margot. I can't remember her last name from Suicide Squad. They also played in another movie where I think it was called Focus, and they were robbing people. So it was always speculations of them dealing with other people. So like, it's just now they've just addressed it. Like, okay, we already knew this though.
I don't think Bootsy Vegas bought that too good.
Okay, so first things first, there is a small word, Nika Ray, and I really want you to know this because I think obviously you do not know this premise.
Mhm.
Documentation beats conversation. Rumors is one thing, but a paper trail of selfies and pictures with somebody is something else. I've heard a bunch of rumors about a lot of people, but I saw pictures of August Alsina and Jada. So let me tell you this.
And
First
I've
things
seen
first.
pictures with him and Margot too. They worked on 3 movies together. You think they don't
Okay.
have nothing out there?
Okay, I'm sorry. So August Alsina and Jada had a movie together, or they was just kicking it? All right then. Like I said before.
I'm just saying it wasn't
So
from the set, my nigga. It wasn't.
okay, how you know? My nigga,
You could
my
tell what
nigga,
it was.
my nigga.
If it's a restaurant and it's not a restaurant in the movie, then obviously.
Look, they could have been working together to work on the script. But let me
Oh,
tell
you giving him the benefit of the doubt now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm giving a benefit of the doubt. This first of
Okay.
all, bro, real talk. Jada is messy, and I don't care what nobody say. No 51-year-old woman should be really messing around with a 24-year-old man. I don't care what nobody said because if that was vice versa, if I was a 51-year-old man messing with a 23-year-old girl, and then I said, you know what, I'm done with her. We just had a little entanglement, and it was over. The person would get bashed. Jada was messy, but Will is better than me because to me, if I was Will Smith, I'd have been like, okay, boo, you want me to do what on this table talk? Nah, I want you to go get your mama and your daughter, and then y'all go figure it out and do what you did with Snoop Dogg and have your daughter on there saying, wow, mom, wow. Like, hey, bro, Will ain't had nothing to really do with that.
They did that with Chaos too.
Exactly. Man,
Mother and daughter was on there.
Yeah, because normally when they frying people or they want to get to the bottom of something, they don't even have Will. If I'm Will, I'm like, look, you was the one that was messy. You the one could control your little young thing over there. You the one got the paper trail of all these selfies and y'all hanging out. Man, y'all go handle that. I ain't got nothing to do with this. Hey, you go on your own. Because one thing I think we all know.
I think he's an entanglement and he's offended. He's in an entanglement and he's offended.
Anyway, my thing is this though, you know what I mean? If you're gonna be messy, don't drag nobody else into it. But if you're gonna be messy, think about how your kids and your family members are gonna look at it. There are some things that I don't do or put on social media for a few reasons. Number one, because I got a son. Number two, because I got nieces and nephews. Number three, because I'm trying to develop a great broadcast journalism career. And then number four, I got sisters and people like Ray Lika who defend me on a regular, and I don't want to put y'all in no situation where y'all got to defend me on some stupid stuff. So my thing is this, Jada, you messy, and I don't care what you say, the whole entanglement thing and all that is just a little cover up, fake code word for you being messy. No, you ain't had no entanglement. You had your little side thing with a young kid, and you couldn't handle him. So y'all go figure it out. Now, Will better than me.
That's why I think Will handle it, because when she threw the term entanglement, Will said, wait a minute, entanglement, let's call it like it is.
Right, yeah.
Let's call it like that. I think the Philly came out. I think the Philly came out.
It did D-Money, but guess what? It wasn't his mess, and he didn't do it. And whatever Will does, it ain't no paper trail or nobody talking about it. So since you can't keep your little thing under control, y'all go on the table, you get your mama on there, get your daughter, and y'all go do. I would have never sat there because I said this on Mark Clark's show the other day. You know, Will Smith has really done a great job of transcending himself into becoming a real motivational speaker. You know, like Will Smith role on social media, he's a real positive, active, uplifting. And then you let this girl, your wife, who really could control her thing, almost demasculate you, sitting in front of this joint. Like Will sitting there like he uncomfortable. Hey dog, why I gotta discuss what your side thing was? Will better than me. The only reason why I think he may have did it though is because she must really got something on him to where she probably could have been like, okay, if you don't come.
I'll tell you what she has on them. They don't have a prenup. They have no prenup between them. So he can't just walk out because she gonna get half that independence money.
Facts. But my whole point is, before I turn it back to y'all two, is if you can't handle your mess, don't drag me in it. You go fix it with your mama. Do what you did to Snoop Dogg when y'all had him on there. Hey dog, if I'm Will, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Because if I'm covering my tracks and I'm that messy and ain't no paper trail with me, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it because I got kids in the image to uphold. That's how I feel. That's how I'm going with it. That's my statement, and I'm sticking to it. Tommy's and everybody else is out there looking. Will had his hands up. Will should have never been there because Will looked uncomfortable the whole time.
Oh yeah, he definitely had a what was the movie Best Man? Was that the movie when he's at the altar and he kept flashing back of his man with his future wife to be in number 3? Yeah, he had that moment. He said, "I can't kill her because then she'd be up there with Tupac."
Yeah,
that was funny too.
That was funny.
Will caught up on there right there.
My
wow,
thing is,
your man James say he couldn't be him. Minnesota Avenue will come all out. All the 36 in Minnesota.
I ain't got nothing to do with this. You go handle your 23-year-old. And first of all, y'all already know he mentally ain't right anyway, because you can see the other stuff he done. But if I'm Will, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this, man. Y'all gonna handle that, man. I'm good.
And she crossed herself up in when she said that they started kicking it when he was 24, because she must have forgot past interviews. He was 17 when they started entangling together.
I'm sorry, so-called mentoring him because he had mental issues. He was 18 and 19.
Right,
like,
he was 17.
Yeah, you messing with a whole teenager.
So,
she got kids older than him. She got kids older than him.
I say that because you already know I'm on the Kale's court case, and she had 5 years more than Kale had over his quote-unquote youngest Me Too victim. And look where he's sitting on the same thing.
Will,
you know what I'm saying? So,
D-Money, Will Smith better than me. Ain't no way I'm gonna sit there and make myself look like a fool. You know what I mean? Probably all that is great, Tommy, but guess what? Ain't no documentation of what Will did. We saw August Alsina had receipts. Everybody talking about receipts, bro.
Yeah,
ain't no
they throwing assumptions in the chat right now. They throwing assumptions in the chat.
Yeah, that's all y'all doing.
Another script of we talking facts.
Yeah.
I can't wait till this album come out. I'm gonna have to get this album. I think some songs.
It's already out, bro. It's already out. Nobody cares. It's already out. August Alsina album came out last week, bro.
I thought it came out next. Okay, all right. I'm a week behind on it.
It's out now, bro. And guess what? We don't care, bro. We don't care about your garbage, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
You sounded like you cared though. I'm not gonna lie. It sounded sounded like you cared.
Look, I want you. All I want to do is really educate and enlighten you, because I don't want my sister to go through no divorces, and I don't want to have to go on social media and defend her because I'm gonna get upset. You make sure whatever you do, it ain't no paper trail, it ain't no receipts. Don't take no pictures of me. I'm a married woman. Hey, bro, relax. Whatever it is, you do. Because y'all know this. Number one, for a while, people thought me and Nika Ray went together for real. And then now they know we like brothers and sisters, so we don't speak.
We're an entanglement in the public eye, apparently.
I don't know what it is. But so you don't have to do what Will and Jada just did. Don't have no receipts, bro. No paper trails, everybody. Everybody that's out there listening. No paper trails. Hold on, listen, but I'm
going to fired him up, bro. You fired him up.
You feel some type of way, for real.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I tell you what. I'm tell you right now.
Hello, James. You ain't the only one. It happens every day, B. Everybody does it. You are not the only one.
You dated somebody younger than your kids in public. How stupid do you look? Think about that, though.
It happens every day, B. Think about it. Come on. We've had this conversation, like D-Money said, even with Kales. We've talked about this. How many times has a girl in high school got pulled up on by somebody local in the neighborhood who's out here taking care of them and doing this, that, and the third? And the big OG is doing it every day. I didn't say it was right. I'm just saying that it happens every day. It's not new. It's not foreign. It happens all the time.
Okay. I think what my real issue is this, and let me just say this. I don't want to be dominating the whole. I don't want to be dominating the whole conversation. I don't like the way that Jada Smith and her mama and sometimes her daughter and all them get on there bashing men, bashing Snoop.
James, you was in love with the youngin?
Yeah, come on, James. James, pick a side, bro.
Not pick a side.
Pick a side, James. Come on, bro. But my thing is, y'all get on y'all joke. Well, he must have put it on her. My thing is,
No.
y'all get on there every day bashing people. Y'all get on there every day giving these so-called relationship advice. Y'all so-called relationship gurus, and here you are messing with somebody younger than your kids. Like, relax. You know what I mean? Just and don't have old Will out there. Because to me, let me say this, and I swear to God, I'm done with this.
So I think
Will,
he's more up on the messy part.
yeah, Will Smith is like Michael Jackson and that whole Dave Chappelle thing. You remember when Dave Chappelle said, "Man, Michael Jackson couldn't did nothing to them kids because he made Thriller." Well, look here, Will Smith made Summertime, and I don't care what nobody say. Summertime ain't never gonna get old, and Will Smith deserves a certain amount of respect and credit for creating Summertime, and he should be treated as the king that he is. We should hold him up on a pedestal as we hold our other black heroes in America. So
Wow.
don't disrespect Will Smith. Don't disrespect, get jiggy with it. You know what I mean?
Let's not do that.
Hey, hey, Tommy, for real, for real. Well, I'm
Wow.
sorry.
I
Yeah,
mean, he was there. He was present, available.
they'll be blowing my phone up too, and I don't care. I don't care who calls. I am.
So what do you think? Do you think he rolls out, he gets back publicly, or he gets treated like a king behind the doors by Jada because she's trying to make it up now?
Well, I just think at the end of the day, both of them need to remember that they got kids, they got families, and don't be messy in public. Like what I'm not saying stuff don't happen, but you need to control and handle your whole situation. Don't be messy. Don't have the mess out there and then have me on there trying to help clean up your mess that I didn't create. That's my whole thing. Like, just don't be messy.
Listen, Arkansas Singer probably needed an advance for his album, and they wasn't trying to give him no money, so he was like, "I'm snitching."
Oh wow.
No, well,
I'm joking.
Well,
I'm joking.
the pictures is like, I seen one split screen. I think Will and Jada was at some premiere. She didn't look like she really wanted to be there. He was smiling. And then I seen on the other side of the screen was Jada and Dude, and it looked like they were in Disney World together. Like,
man, he had his arm around her hips. Like, hey, boo,
like she really
close.
wanted to be where she was at that time. And you know, it goes back to where she said, you know, she wasn't happy for a long time on a lot of levels. And Will was looking
God.
like, bitch, are you serious?
Everybody's not.
But you know, it's crazy because a lot of the context in their conversation started resurfacing a lot of old videos. So as you spoke on how you spoke on Will giving out these motivational speeches and things like that on his Instagram, he had a whole thing about finding yourself, finding what makes you happy. And that was the topic of their conversation. And he was like, how about you? He didn't say her directly, obviously, within the video, but he had a whole spiel about how, you know, I had a conversation with someone about making or being happy. You can't make somebody happy. Apparently you can only make yourself happy. So why don't you, you know, separate yourself from a situation, go find out what makes you happy, then come back to me and let me know. Like, it was a whole like 3 to 4 minute video that he posted on Instagram, and it was from that time period. So it started resurfacing and stuff like started to kind of like play into part and fit the puzzle pieces, because it was like, damn, they've really been talking about this for a while. They just didn't actually broadcast it or say names. But here you go, you looking like, oh, well, he's giving out motivation. The whole time he talking to his wife, like, let's go figure out what's gonna make you happy then. You want him, go to him then.
But my thing is, if that's what you do, when you get caught up in the social media and everybody on social media is blasting you, don't call me to sit at the table to fix it. You go. That's my whole point, though, nigga. Like, you know,
he chose to be there. He chose to be there.
Yeah,
like, let me say this. So, granted, aside from this whole publicity thing and them being celebrities, if this were to happen on a day-to-day basis and a dude cheat on his female and she is present for, let's say, a court case because he got the girl pregnant or something crazy, then you look at the girl like, oh, why are you with him? Why are you doing this? And why are you doing that? But now that he's there to support his wife, it's a problem.
Okay, support is one thing, but if you made yourself look stupid and you made our family look stupid,
you can't be mad. You can't be mad that he chose to be there.
I'm saying this: if she was a real woman, she would have did it. She wouldn't even have had him there. You go ahead and that with your mom in there. I'm not even gonna put you in a situation where you got to answer some questions Because I didn't.
But August Alsina put him in the situation when he said that he gave him permission.
August Alsina, we never heard him say that he gave her permission.
Well,
yes, he said it in the interview.
That Alsina pretty much took it out of content. Like neither one of them.
Right.
Only person that gave permission was Jada.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
they did address it. August Alsina jumped it out there, so he came out there to address everything he said about Jada, and he addressed everything he said about Will. Something I spoke to Will, I got permission, whatever, and they addressed it.
Question. Okay, let me ask you this question, Nigga Ray. Straight up, do you think she made Will Smith look like a sucker and a clown in that joint?
No.
Come on, Nigga Ray. Please.
How can you make somebody look a certain way when he chose to be? Listen, he chose to be there. He chose to work it out.
I don't care if he chose to be or not. Did she not make him look like a sucker, make him look weak, and make him like a clown? D-Money, do you think Jada Smith, when she had that man sitting there, do you think she made him look like a sucker and like a clown? Real talk.
Certain parts, I think he did. In certain parts, I think Will held his own. What I was hoping Will would do, because let me say, first of all, the strongest thing I think Will did was kill that entanglement statement. When he said entanglement, let's call it like it really was.
Thank you, Reggie. Thank you, James.
When he said that, I was like, cool.
Thank you,
Goldie. I think Will should have got up and flipped the chair and rolled out on that joint. Personally.
But I feel like, okay,
and left her sitting there without her mother, without Willow, on Red Talk, Table Talk, or whatever it's called.
15 million viewers on Facebook.
And you explain this. You deal with it.
That's my whole point, D-Money. I ain't got nothing to do with
this. If Will would have got up, flipped the chair, and rolled out, got the Philly out, it would have been cool.
Thank you. Thank you to our amazing fans. Thank you. I'm sorry, hold on for a minute. Thank you to our amazing, insightful, intelligent relationship fans on here that are really being truthful about the thing that Nika Ray will not be truthful about. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Nika Ray.
You are such a hater, dog. Real life. You got to realize this is an old relationship. This isn't something Now listen to what I'm saying. So it's old. You think that they haven't already talked about this? Because if it was already an issue with what she did with August Alsina and he already knew about it, you think he wouldn't have stayed?
Nika, that's not my point.
They've already had the conversation. So
that ain't my point, Nika.
If he chose to be there. He didn't have to.
Okay, he chose to be there to support his wife, but do you think she made him look like a clown in the film?
He went to support his wife, and he also had to defend himself.
Yeah, he did have to. He had to show up on that platform.
That's not my question, DJ D-Money. That is not my question, Nika Ray.
I said it.
I'm talking
I said I think he stood strong, but I think he stayed too long. I would have left after I made my point clear. Then I would have rolled out. He took a lot of blows, which gave us a new meme that I think we retired the Jordan meme, the Jordan crying meme, and now we got the Will Smith face for a few months.
She made that man into a meme for the rest of his life. Straight up, man. D-Money, can we get a I'm sorry, I'm moving on type of mix right now?
I was getting ready to say, I think I watched the whole thing. Did she ever like apologize? Like
apologize for what?
Apologize for embarrassing herself and her family and her husband like that. That's what she should apologize for.
Listen, this thing is old. You think they didn't already have this conversation? You act like
I don't care if it's old.
They don't care. I don't care. It's not even my business. I don't care. Like they made it our business, but I really don't care. Don't make me never. What they say? They bad marriage for life.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your boy said that. Your boy said it though. Will Smith said it.
Well, I think they've said it a few times because both of them knew the line. They both came in together on the
because this was rehearsed. This was rehearsed. This is not new.
Hey, bro, you are reaching now. Talking about it was rehearsed. You're really reaching.
You think they went on the table talk, not knowing what they was going to talk about? Let's be clear.
They may have insight. I'm sorry. They may have knew what the conversation was going to be, but you could tell that man was uncomfortable and embarrassed. That was not a comfortable situation. And if you love somebody, you don't do that to them. You don't put them in a situation that they didn't create like that for 15 million people to sit there and look at them like you made them look stupid, man. That's what you did.
He chose to be there. You keep forgetting that part. So the conversation was going to be had regardless if he was there or if he wasn't there. He chose to be there.
I don't think he had a choice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you one thing. This Blend Show topic and episode tonight is not rehearsed. This is live and direct. It's about quarter to the top of the hour. We don't want to talk you to death. Let's put some music in their ear. Come back at the top of the hour, and we're going to talk about that Nick Cannon dude. What is it should he do next? We're going to help Nick Cannon out. All right?
Also, what we're going to talk about, and we need to bring this up, we want y'all advice. Should kids really go back to school once this once it's over? Because this is a big topic. School. Yeah. Do you want your kids in school, out of school? I'm so mad at nigga right now. I'm sorry, D-Money. I'm sorry.
All right, man. We're going to get into all that. You already know it's the Blend Show right here.
You late anyway,
DJ D-Money. That's Boosie Vegas. That is Nika Ray Weather. And I appreciate y'all. Let's get into it. Hey, Black Passion, let's go. Y'all make sure y'all share this feed. Appreciate the energy. Appreciate the energy. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to my man Killer Cow. Let's go. Make sure you follow me, DJ D Money, DC. Okay.
Rock. I might have to get you rock.
I'll get some OP for you.
Birthday set.
Make sure you tell them the blend is the party right now.
Yo, come on. Yo, what?
Tell them that the party is right here inside the blend tonight. With Mr. Party before the party, you already know.
Yeah. Yo, kill a cow, nigga, what? Kill a cow like food is spit, nigga, what? Kill a cow like food is shit, nigga, what? Where the haters at, bitch, nigga, point them out, nigga, what? I'm playing in this motherfucker,
let's go,
nigga, what? Put the stack down, nigga, lay the cap down. When it comes to this rap shit, I got the crown. Put your money up, fucking with a real nigga, what? I'm down Southside by drill, nigga, what? Can't go that niggas go, nigga, what? I'm fucking taking calls, nigga, nigga, what? I'm a real time niggas get their money down. Everybody
out the animal. Talk about my man DJ D Money.
Yo! Your Wednesday night party is right here inside the blend. You know what I'm talking about? Tell the DJ can't do it like me. Let's go. It is the Blend Show each and every Wednesday night. Your man DJ D Money, Nika Ray, Bootsy Vegas. Let's go. Make sure you share this feed. Let's go.
One more time. Hey, Rob, look. Damn, homie, I'm so told. I don't think I ever want to smoke no more. I don't think I ever want to drink no more. Rock and roll, we can play once more. I got you. Damn, homie, I'm so told. I don't think I ever want to smoke no more. I don't think I ever want to drink no more. But fucking I know they like my outfit.
You can't do it like me. It's just the party before the party. Let's go. It's the Blend.
Let's go.
It's the Blend, goddammit. It's the Blend.
You ready, ladies? I said it's 12:45 in the morning. These ladies came to party with what? And what they gonna do? Haters pay bills. Bills pay bills. Suckers. These ladies came to party with what? And what they gonna do? Go. Boom, boom, boom. Music, baby.
Each and every Wednesday night right here. Each and every Wednesday night right here. Facebook, YouTube streets, y'all.
I'm an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. I'm an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. I'm an animal. Savage animal. I'm an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. On this microphone, I eat you like a cannibal. I'm an animal. Holla animal. I'm an animal. 44 animal. I'm an animal. MLK. Hey, Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana. Oh, Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana.
Let's go.
Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana.
Let's go.
Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana. Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana. Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana. Gucci.
Well, I know.
Gucci bandana, Gucci bandana.
Let the beat rock and roll.
It's the blend. Right here, each and every
What's
Wednesday
happening,
night,
Mike?
y'all.
Got my man E in the house tonight. MAP 2.0, that is, y'all. Hold it right there for the people.
Let's go.
We on the tick. We on the tick. We on the
Man, can they hit them congos in the back, Savage? You didn't rock and roll in the back?
We on the tick.
Oh,
We on the tick.
I don't know what's going on out there. That motherfucker moving up here. Y'all ain't doing nothing wrong.
We on the tick.
each and every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. You already know. Coming back, top of the hour.
I hate you so much right now. 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 I hate you so much.
It's live, not Memorex.
I hate you so much.
This is live, not Memorex.
You so much right now. The whole lady rock. Well, that's my man Romeo. We gotta rock this one for A.
1-5.
My man Rock G. That's the real house bar. Yeah, we like that. Come on. I say you don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what? You don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what? You don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what? You don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what? You don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what? You don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what? You don't want to step to this. Hard nigga, what?
Hey,
Help me, Walker.
Ice get crowded. Outlaws get crowded. Uptown get crowded.
it's the blend.
Southwest get crowded. Shepherd Park get crowded.
Hey, hey.
Holding it down from the block to the pen to Jawana. Married to Jawana. Southwest, Southwest, Northeast, Northeast,
Let's go. Come on.
Northwest, Northwest, Southeast.
Mr. Party before the party.
Take it out. Take it out.
again, it is me, your man DJ D Money.
This your man Billy the Kid, DMV, stand up. My man D Money, holding it down like Cootie Brown. If you ain't party with D Money, you ain't party.
Let's go.
Man, it's your boy Garvey, the chosen one. Shout out to my man DJ D Money. You understand me? Garvey, the chosen one.
It's the blend, goddamn. Let's go. Y'all ready for some more antics? Y'all ready for some more laughing antics? Let's go. Once again, it is the Blend Show. Each and every Wednesday night right here is the party before the party. It's your official Wednesday night party with DJ D Money, Nico Ray, and Bootsy Vegas. That's how we getting it in, man. How dare them try this? How dare them try this? Yeah. He can't
Talk
do
your
it
shit,
like
D
me.
Money. Talk your shit, D Money. Talk it. I would if I was you. That's what I would do. If I was you, that's what I would do, bro.
What would you do?
Talk my shit.
Hey,
Talk my shit.
can't do it like me.
How dare these people, bro?
Shit.
And just so I can add my 2 cents on, let me just say this, my beautiful, amazing go-go community. Can we pick other days besides Wednesday at 8 o'clock? Like, y'all, why can't we just work together and try other stuff? Why we all gotta be on at the same time? Why you gotta pick our day?
I'm just saying. Really?
We was here first.
We was here first. What sense does it make? You got 6 other days, bro. Pick a time.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
We ain't the Blend Show on YouTube. YouTube is the show over the Blend Show. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all. Please, go people. We don't gotta fight for the same fans every week. Please, y'all, come on.
Ah, man, it's okay. It's okay.
God.
Bless their little hearts. As my man RB would say, bless their little hearts.
You want my spot flash? You want my spot flash? Well, you can't have it. I can see your jive ass like glass.
Wow. Hey, that was right on time right there. That was right on time. Man.
John Cena said she missing Bible study messing with us.
Hey, John Cena. Hey, sis.
Bless her heart for real.
Yeah, for real. Bless your heart. Shout out to John Cena because Ray Grant spoke amazingly about her last week. You know what I mean? Absolutely. He really did. And you know what, John Cena? We just need to have you on one week. We need to get John Cena on here because I don't know if you guys been watching True TV. She's on the episode. She's on this comedy series right now. John Cena is. I really got to check it out. John Cena, If you could post the name of it, it's been amazing. It's where the comedians come on and then the people reenact the stories of what they say.
Okay.
Jarcia has been on that for 2 years. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of her. I love you, Jarcia. I love you, Jarcia. And yeah, so shout out to Red Grant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's get right into it then. So before we left to go on break, we stated that we was going to first talk about the Nick Cannon firing and what he's going to do. How do you feel about it?
Well, I think first of all African Americans really need to understand this. And somebody, I don't know who told me this, but somebody really, okay, I'm sorry. It's called Laugh Track. Laugh Tracks. Please check out John
3 years. Check her
3
out.
years.
Correct.
Yes. DMVO. I'm sorry, John C. I'm sorry. You know, Lord knows. John C. Laugh Tracks on True TV. Please check her out. She's like one of the stars of it. She's been there. She's homegrown. We love you, John C. We love you. Okay, so somebody alerted me to the fact that the counterculture only counts for African Americans because we're so quick to cancel people. Now, to me, this whole Nick Cannon thing is going to be very interesting because Wilding Out has been a real staple in homes for over 10 years now. You know what I mean? So if we can uncancel somebody, this is the person we should all help uncancel with our social media capital because, you know, okay, let me answer this. Did y'all see the clip of what he actually said? Yes.
Or no? I didn't see the clip.
I didn't.
I've read the text of it. So I did see the text of it.
Okay, let me say this. I love Nick Cannon, bro. I love Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon had the guy from Professor Griff. He had Professor Griff. And he was talking about that black people are the original Jews, Hebrews, you know, he looked at that whole thing. And then he kind of Professor Griff said something about, and I hope I got this right because I don't want to say this wrong. White people are devils. It was something like that. And Nick Cannon agreed with him. And that's what they've been wanting him to apologize for, you know, that whole fact. I always say this, and we all say this in general. You got to pick your battles wisely. And like I just said, like we just stated with Will and Jada, if you're Nick Cannon and you're responsible for all this African American culture coming up, and you are the person that's in front of it, and you're the person that's responsible for all these people getting these checks, let's be conscious of the position that you hold and how it's going to look. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, even if in Tommy's, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with nobody, but Nick Cannon can't be saying stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and the other thing is, I'm really fascinated the fact that he's counseled over a religious debate because the First Amendment for us, we all in here, it allows us free speech. So why can't he have his free speech without being supported? So, but I'm just saying, you can't call them devils. The dumbest thing, no ball.
My bad.
Let me say this. The dumbest, and let me say this. I'm not calling Nick Cannon dumb because I definitely want to hear y'all perspective. I don't want to stay too long on this myself because I would love to hear what y'all think. One of the dumbest things that I really thought I've ever seen was when Monique got on TV and told Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey to suck her D, and then thought people was not going to be upset about it. Right. So like my thing is, if you, Nick Cannon, you say they're devils and you kind of get into this bait, I don't know what response you thought you was going to get, but maybe you can handle it. We just talked about Snoop Dogg and we just talked about the Jada Smith thing. When Snoop called Gail King a dog face bitch, despite the fact that I felt Snoop was right, he handled it right by saying, you know what? I should not use and disrespect anybody when getting my opinion across. And I think Nick Cannon needs to take this same, thought process. Okay, I can believe one thing, but I should not be generalizing everybody, calling them devils, and think something's not going to happen or there's not going to be a negative response like Monique did, like Snoop did. Now, Monique refused to apologize to Oprah and Tyler Perry when she said, suck my D, and she got canceled and she got upset. I'm just saying, Nick Cannon, you kind of should know you can't say certain things. So that's my thought. I would love to hear y'all perspective.
Well, I think personally, like, granted, I think like it's been a heightened level of sensitivity now that we've had this, the George Floyd sparked a lot of protests and things like that going on, and even with the Redskins changing their name, and
Right.
everything has been scrutinized under the microscope. Now,
Right.
granted, we don't know what happens on the back end, but sometimes I believe it might be something contractual where it's like, hey, if I do something or if I say something, I know they're going to fire me because they'll get me out of my contract. Because it may be a situation like that where he's like, that's the only way I can get out. Not to say that he wasn't having the conversation, but the fact that he wasn't trying to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, if they're going to fire me over this is my way out. Now, granted, we also have to realize when it comes to the culture, he is responsible for a lot of people's careers. So you have to realize not only is it you representing yourself, you're representing a whole gang of other people, especially with the whole crew on Wild 'N Out. And we have a couple of people from DC on Wild 'N Out. We got to support our own. I will say this. I did see that P. Diddy, Sean Combs, reached out to him via, I don't know if he, called him or whatever, but on social media, he made a post and said, hey, he said, come home. I got Revolt. You got a platform. It's there. It's Black owned. Let's do it. So regardless of what was said, what wasn't apologized for, or whatever the case may be, him being gone, if he go to Revolt, it's going to go 10 times higher. At this point, I feel like we should be supporting Revolt because it is Black owned.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So granted, I'm not going against or for what he said, but as far as taking action from going forward, he has a platform. He just graduated from Howard. Shout out to HU.
Oh God, I knew you was gonna throw that in there.
I had to. But I want to say he got a degree in criminal justice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's not like he's not going places at this point. And he's still working on the Dr. Sebi documentary and everything like that. He has a lot going for him. And he's 100% involved. So I feel like this is not really a loss to him. Yeah,
but let me say this. You should be careful on the bridges that you burn in the demographic that you're within. And I don't, now I definitely respect and understand what you're saying. But I don't know when it comes to the gatekeepers and the people that are in charge, is that something that he can really come back from? And we should all just be conscious on what battles that we're going to fight. I definitely don't disagree, but I'm just saying I don't know, if that's something he might could rebound.
Well, I think that statement that you just made is looking at it on a business aspect and not the movement aspect or standing up for, especially with what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? If he was thinking about the money, which he has more money than his 5 generations will ever spend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can't be a money thing right now.
I don't think
it's got to
so.
be principle with him. And
Absolutely.
I think I just kind of like listened to a little bit of what was said. He didn't lie. Maybe the way he said it might have been a little shaky, but I mean he spoke facts.
But you can't call nobody, a whole group of people, devils. You can't generalize
you're right.
nobody.
I agree with you there, because if you have Caucasian people calling all Black people the N-word, then you feel a certain type of way. So you can't have him coming out saying that all white people are devils. I get that. But in the same sense, just to make a point, like Kristen in the chat said, she said Nick Cannon has been on the front line fighting for justice for us for a minute, and that she don't think he cared about the backlash. He's a real one. He deserves our support just like they support their own. And I totally agree. We know, like, he made a post, Nick Cannon made a post and came out and said, I never have any malicious intent on anything that I say. I've never been the one to try to be disrespectful towards anyone and so on and so forth. And his track record precedes him.
All that is great, but you cannot call a whole group of people
I understand
devils
that.
And think you're not going to get no backlash.
At this point, if he goes to Revolt and he does his own version of the Red Table Talk or has an interview on there, the ratings are going to be sky high, and it's going to be on a Black network.
No matter what, I agree with you, Nick. I'm not disagreeing. You cannot say.
So it's choice of words is
the issue. And And you gotta pick the fights and battles that you're gonna really get with. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we all do. You know, and I'm not being funny, but me and Nika have disagreements, and then but we kind of agree to disagree. And I'd be like, Nika, it really ain't that serious. You know what I mean? So let's just move on and all that. My thing is, we have to pick the battles where you in these power positions. You have to smartly and strategically pick the battles that you're gonna fight. And my thing is it really worth fighting a battle to say all white people are devils? And I'm with it. But come on, bro, you gotta be smarter than that to know that you cannot say that and think nothing, no backlash is gonna happen to you. That's my whole point. I'm not disagreeing. You know what I mean?
John C. Bootsy is going to have to pull up the actual text of what he said because I'm not sure 100%.
Okay,
I don't
let me say
recall.
this. Just please Google Professor Griff and Nick Cannon interview, and then that will pretty much tell you because they are really upset, and what they really want him to apologize for is the whole all white people are devils. But the other thing is, and I don't know if y'all caught when it is, people have been really uncomfortable, the powers that be, about his relationship with the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Of course.
As y'all know, for the 4th of July and Savior's Day, he was actually in attendance. So I think that may have something to do with it, but that's more of another reason why you kind of got to be careful of what you say if you know the powers that be are really uncomfortable, because all battles ain't meant to be fought. Like the small ones ain't really meant to be fought. And I just think this: if you got a platform like Nick Cannon got, if you're gonna throw everything out there for a battle, let it really be worth something, not something that's kind of like an opinion of all certain people are devils. I'm just saying, let's be smarter about what we're gonna choose to battle on. I'm not disagreeing with none of y'all. I'm not. I'm just saying that he got to be smarter than that.
I understand your point of view.
So you wanted him to take the Chappelle route.
Well,
just turn the other cheek and walk away.
No. Chappelle actually addresses it, but Chappelle will actually generalize it. He'll say for years all these things have been happening, and this is why he did it. He said, "Nah, they was coming for him anyway." Okay, yeah. John Garcia, I agree with you. They might be coming for him, but don't give the rabbit the gun. Don't load the gun up and then hand it to them. Make them do a situation where you're gonna be like, why y'all doing this? You know what I mean? Sitting there. But my thing is, we just gotta be careful on what battles that we're really gonna publicly choose to fight. Because you cannot say one demographic of people are devils and not expect no backlash. He just gotta be smarter than that. My opinion, y'all. My opinion.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta go reread the text or rewatch the interview to see exactly what was said. I don't know if it was on those exact terms, but I definitely get your point of view as far as I get picking your battles, but we also don't know what he's dealt with up until this point either. So think about it. Just put it into perspective. When it comes to media, it's a lot of Caucasian power, period. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't the first time that we've seen a situation with a Black host, go through turmoil with a network. Think about it. We had Tyra Banks before Nick Cannon became the host on, America's Got Talent?
America's Got Talent.
Amanda Seales right now is dealing with leaving the Real daytime television show, and she just started in January. Tamar Braxton left the show a couple years before that.
Something about that Real thing, we got to investigate. Too many people rotating out that chair.
I was just saying there are other countless others. Gabrielle Union, when she was just dealing with what was that? It wasn't American Idol. Might have been America's something. One of those contest shows. I'm sorry.
No, America's Got Talent.
It's the same one? Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, it was America's Got Talent.
But I'm just saying, so it's definitely something within these networks. We just got to make sure that we're building our own at this point.
Agreed. But, and let me say, I don't want to act like I'm dismissing, but I just think that we got to be careful on what battles we're going to pick and what things we're going to be passionate about.
You said that.
Yeah, because even with the Real situation, yeah, I know that it is a opinion-based topic show, but you got to know some opinions will get a different response than others. And I just think in your mind, you got to expect that if you say certain stuff, there will be a response to it. I'm not disagreeing, but
that's what their show was based on.
Yeah, it is, but technically it ain't. You know what I mean? So
but my thing is, if it was a Howard Stern radio show and he said that same comment, well, nobody gonna say nothing to him.
Yeah, but they kind of expect that from him, and
but that's what I'm saying. Nick
his show is.
They've touched on several different topics. This is not the first time that I've actually seen his show before.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not the first time that this type of or level of conversation has been had. They pick and choose when they wanted to do something to him.
Agreed. I'm just saying, don't give him the gun though. Don't give them.
But that's what I'm saying. If they wanted to have the gun, they would have had it a long time ago because these aren't the first time he's had these conversations.
All that is true, but you
just
cannot
fed
say
up. It was fed up. It was built up and it exploded.
Thank you, John. It's definitely politics.
For letting all them little ones pass him by.
You're
built up and it exploded.
Yeah,
and I don't go to revolt and shine.
Pretty much.
My man anyway, Fly needs a job.
And actually, there are some other African American networks. We have one called Clio TV. One is actually called Afrotainment, aka the Afro Network. So we have
Aspire is another one too as well.
Yes. So we have Black networks. We just have to get behind them. We have to get support.
Agreed.
I don't think he's going to build no network. I don't think he's going to build the network. He's going to go to an established place. I think. I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I just don't see him saying, well, I'm going to help build a network.
At this point, wherever he goes, that very first show or conversation is going to bring in views regardless. So I just hope that he does it on a Black network, regardless of the Black network that it is. Like, don't go to Fox 5 News, you know what I mean? Like, and try to express or go on record on someone else's station and give them the views. Give it to your own.
Sounds about right. So I guess the next topic that is really a hot button topic right now. And she said, man, I've been through it all and beyond in Hollywood. You know what? We're going to have you on here next week so you can talk about it, Dancia, because I know you got something to say, but I don't want you to offend nobody either, because I know you'll get loose. Like, Red Grant handled it really good last week. When I asked Red Grant that question, what's the difference between Kevin Hart and Cat Williams? He's like, y'all remember what he said? Anybody else got any questions on here? Because man, I ain't messing with him, man. So yeah, the other hot button topic right now. I know D Money. This could be to you, but also Nika Ray, because you got nieces and nephews. Maryland has announced that, and I would say PG County. Yeah. PG County has announced that they would do all virtual Zoom computer. Social distance learning until January 31st. The District of Columbia has, even though it has not been officially announced, it has been reported that they're going to do 2 days a week and then 3 days a week at home or whatever. And I just think, and we would love to see what our listeners think as well. What do you think we should do when it comes to school starting, which is going to start the end of August, the beginning of September? So D Money, I would love to start with you. I would love to hear what you think about it.
Well, I'm gonna put it like I read on a meme. This pandemic is serious enough to shut down the country, but not serious enough to keep our kids out of school. So with me, I don't think they should go back. I think we have. The whole concept now is social distancing. Don't be in an enclosed environment with a lot of people, yada, 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 yada. So you're going to take our future, our youth, and put them in a closed environment. Everything you telling us not to do, you're going to put the next generation and future generations in that situation and actually expect them to concentrate and absorb the knowledge that the teachers are presenting to them in a classroom. Nah, it's not going to work. Think you're going to have to keep it going virtual, and I blame it on all of you all that's running to the beaches, that's going in the go-go's, that's going in the clubs, that just can't wait to get back to
Bars.
the norm, you set yourself up. You set our kids up. All other countries have been taken, have shut down for a numerous amount of time, and now they can reopen. Our people want to kick back after 3 months. Man, I'm tired of this. I got to get back out there. So now that it's time to go back to school, our numbers are triple what they were when this thing really exploded. PG, salute to you all. We're going to rock you for 2 semesters, and we'll see what the numbers look like in January.
Listen, Uncle Larry Hogan don't be playing, okay? Let's be clear about that. He is not playing. But you also have to realize that there are many factors that come along with that, because you do have, like you said, that everything else is starting to open back up. So these people have to go to work. And it's going to be that particular parent who has to go to work, who can't take off, and they're going to have to send their child to school, and they may be infected because they can't get anyone to stay home and watch their child or stay home and school their children, because now they have to go back to work. So we're not still on lockdown, whereas we're home and we're working. No, they're going back to work. They're going back into the society and they're going back to work. So now you have this juggle, like, okay, so what do I do? You don't want to send your child to daycare. You don't have anyone to watch them. Schools are now open. Now you send them to school.
Why not?
Now they infected. Huh?
They're old enough to go to daycare. If they fit the parameters to go to daycare, why not send them there? If you don't send them in a classroom, you send them.
That don't make them safe though. But that don't make them safe though.
But what I'm saying is, when it comes to schools and when it comes to daycares, a lot of them are overpopulated. So you have all of these kids in one area, from ages from infancy up into whatever age, that are all together, migrating, playing, touching the same stuff, same doorknobs, going to the same bathroom, all congregating in the same little area. So then what do? You open the daycares and then you go to work and your child catches it, give it to you, you give it to your coworker, so on and so forth. It just keeps multiplying. So it's going to be a little bit rougher for these kids that don't. Now, granted, I'm all for going back in January or after January, all for it. But what I'm stating is, at this point now, we have these parents. How are they going to help with this homeschooling if they are going back to work and they don't have the option of going back home? So because
about that when they went to that club, they should have thought about that when they was pressed to go to that bar 6 weeks ago.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about people that have to go to work and go into the office. I'm not talking about people that's out.
The offices are opening up because people we got to get back to normal before we should have got back to normal.
That's up to your government leaders.
Hey, they work for
they made the call for things to open back up. Now they're available to catch any and everything at this point and bring it back to their household.
Governors have control of their state.
Okay.
Just because the president says go back, the governors can say no.
That's true.
They control the state. Just like you said.
They haven't said.
Uncle Hogan is pretty much running a pretty good ship out there in Maryland for the most part. Counties that was looking good, I remember he let them fly. PG was looking rough. He was like, hold your horses, homie. Get them numbers down. He was running his state. I think Virginia, the dude in Virginia was pretty much running their state.
That's a fact.
You know, places down there in Florida, the people ran the state. They was like, look, we getting back. And look at them. Hot spot. Atlanta, hot spot. Houston, hot spot.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just say this.
As a teacher,
but as a parent of a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
As a parent of somebody who is literally legitimately in this situation. Now, as y'all know, and people may not know, I am a cancer survivor. I am a 2-time cancer survivor and a stem cell transplant survivor, which means I know a lot about the immune system. So let me tell you this first. Until I hear that there is an answer to this, I'm going to err on the side of caution. I got one child. I got one situation. Until you give me some real concrete answers, a real concrete game plan and solution, I'm personally going to err on the side of caution. I know people say, oh, this could be this, or the numbers this, and all that's great. I'm not gambling with my child until somebody can give me a real concrete answer or a solution to this thing called COVID. And luckily, as me, as a guy who has had to rebuild his immune system 3 times, I know for a fact that I don't hear the fact that people are not saying strengthen your immune system, do immune system maintenance. They kind of like saying wear a mask and 6 feet. Well, if that was the case, then we wouldn't have no more all these multiple cases popping up. So Salih and his son is going to err on the side of caution, and I'm going to keep my baby out of all those situations until they give me a real concrete game plan or solution to this thing called COVID. And if I was a parent, and I'm just saying me, but if I was y'all, I would err on the side of caution because I don't know what could make you want to gamble with your child's life.
Yeah.
Without a real game plan. I'm not sending my child into no school without an answer or a solution or somewhat of a game plan to the COVID because I don't trust the 6 feet. I don't trust the mask thing. And I would prefer to be safe than sorry. And that whole term, safe than sorry, is real talk. Because how many of y'all would prefer to be safe with your kids than sorry with your kids? Because if my son goes, you can believe this. Niggas going with him. We not going together. So I'm not putting my child in no situation. And if I was other parents, I would not put, and trust me, I understand you got to go to work. I understand all these scenarios. But do you really want to gamble with your child's life in a school building when they don't really got a plan for you anyway? When they don't got an answer for this thing called COVID. We see people every day dying. We see massive numbers of people getting and the money. You said it. You said it correctly. Everything that they've been telling everybody to stay away from, they're trying to put our kids in. So I don't understand how anybody could legitimately sit in front of me and say, you know what, go ahead and take your child to school and we'll just hope for the best. Like, I'm not gambling with my child. And until our leadership, whoever's in charge, have a real concrete solution, I would say do not gamble with your kid. Because I'm not throwing mine in there. Because if he go, somebody gonna have to go with him. And that's as simple as that. I'm not throwing mine in there. I'm just not. That's just me.
I definitely agree. I mean, I feel like everything needs to be pushed back at this point because if they're talking about another wave or another strand that's supposed to be stronger than the first one that's supposed to hit this fall, then everything needs to be extended. You know, they're gonna have to release some of them stimulus checks. You're gonna have to send folks right back home. These people need to be home with their kids anyway. You know what I mean? So like if they're gonna be homeschooled and nobody's there because you got them going, then you'll be calling CPS. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you made them go to work and now they're home alone and they can't do school.
Basically going back to where we should have been in the first place. Huh?
Correct.
Facts. But also when you look at all these companies that have been getting all this massive amount of money, I give you a perfect example. The Catholic Church got a $14 billion buyout. You got all the Lakers got $7 billion and gave it back. Why you had to say the Lakers? No, I'm saying the Lakers because they actually gave
I know. I read that story.
Yeah. So like it's so much money that's given to these big corporations and to these big, churches and all. How about we funnel it down to like the middle class, the lower class, and help them until we get a whole solution? Because at the end of the day, everybody up top is really getting served and getting looked out for. We got one check, and now our president wants to get rid of it, but yet you want us to go back out there and gamble our lives. And I don't care what nobody say. I'm not gambling. Me personally, I can't roll the dice no more. God did deliver me real tough 3 times. I didn't got to live.
Are we not supposed to be one if not the richest countries in the world?
And apparently the $1,200 stimulus check that came out for those that did receive it was supposed to last how many months? Because
3 months.
It was
3 months now.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
you have to realize you're saying it lasted 3 months, but just realize it longer than that because it was supposed to help them come out of the hole that they probably would have been in because they lost their jobs. And you got to realize a lot of businesses closed, so people really don't have jobs anymore. Mm-hmm. And then you have, I don't know if you guys saw the amount of cases for the fraudulent unemployment.
I did see that.
Oh!
Over 75,000 people.
I'm like, come on, my people.
I ain't. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing.
Look at me. I'll say I ain't mad at him. Get it how you get it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, because the big people, the big corporations are getting bailed out, and we not. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, we gotta figure something out. But no matter what, we still don't got an answer to it. So how can you ask people to put their lives in
Let me
jeopardy,
ask you
put
this:
their
do you
kids' lives in
big
jeopardy?
corporations for filing?
I guess not. You know what I
Because
mean?
they meet, if they meet the criteria, do they not have a right to file?
I'm not disagreeing with that. But you know what? Bust some of that down to the lower people and the lower middle class who's struggling, who got to decide whether we're gonna pay rent or our light bill or get food for our kids until the world figure this out. I agree with you on that, but I'm like, man, why can't they come? Why it ain't trickling down? You know what I mean? I agree with you. Yeah, if you can get it, you can get it. Do y'all know that Tom Brady company got $1 million?
Okay,
Tom Brady,
okay.
TB12 actually got $1 million. Like he
It,
qualified for it. It's like, bruh, do you really need the $1 million, bruh?
but
Do you
did he
really need it?
see? And the reason I said that is because, and Nika knows for sure, in my line of work, I come across this type of situation. I see families that are in desperate need of relief money from the federal government.
Fact.
And I see families that I look at their income base and I'm like, dude, you can go out and just repurchase what you lost and not even hurt you. But the fact of the matter is, they rate to file by the criteria of the program.
Right.
So what you have to do is you can't get mad at the company where it's bringing it back to the DC area. I've never heard our city officials on the news yelling, why hasn't Ward 7, Ward 8, or Wards 1 through 8 people not getting this? Now, I don't hear that every time they get a mic and a TV camera in front of their face. I don't hear them screaming that.
Facts.
If the money's not coming down to our wards, to the people in our wards that need it, every time that mic and camera gets in front of them, that's what they should be yelling.
Facts.
Every single time.
I agree. I ain't disputed.
But I don't hear them say so. I mean, those are the people's voices. The people voted for them to in office. Those are the voices. I don't hear them saying that. I hear them saying a lot of stuff that needs to be said. But when it comes down to the finances to keep these households and everything in order, I haven't heard not one of them politicians from the DC area, from Ward 1 to Ward 8, yelling about, well, why isn't the money coming down? Where is it? Let's all march up there together. We're going to bring the city and we're going to go arm in arm and we're going to walk up on that hill and find out where this money is to trickle down to my people in my ward, in your ward, in your ward.
Facts.
On national TV. That's how you get it going.
Agreed. I ain't got no problem. I mean, I ain't got no dispute.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like with the whole movement thing. If man, his name just slipped my mind.
George Floyd.
If Mr. Floyd's murder wasn't captured on national television, if it wasn't broadcast on national television, that happens every day. But considering it was put on national TV, they had to address it, and it just went to another level. That's my whole point. If they get up there and put that thing on, that it has to go on national television, then we'll start seeing, I think we'll start seeing, they have to address it. We'll start seeing some type of reaction to it.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Well, anyway, it is now 9.
If fortunately my youngest is graduated, as everybody knows, this year, so I don't have anyone in my direct family going to school. But if I did, nah, you're not going up there. Get a school package.
Pretty much.
Tell them to Zoom the class in. We'll get it from uptown.
Agreed. Because we all got Wi-Fi. Anyway, absolutely, I agree. I think we kind of all agree. Let's please all err on the side of caution. Be careful with your kids. It is 9:37. We got the big homie DJ D Money gonna give us that we ain't going back to school mix. And when we come back, we need to absolutely talk about this Redskins name change. What names we think is good, what names we think is bad, and how long do we think this situation and this scenario is going to take. So I can't wait for this one. please chime in. If you got any comments, we would love to hear it. We love everybody's perspective that's on here right now. DJ D Money,
Yeah.
Nika Ray, your boy Boosie Vegas.
Can I ask Nika Ray one thing? I really don't ask her too much.
Oh, I'm nervous. You make me nervous.
Well, can you put the DC at the end of my brand? Because I don't know who they're adding on Twitter, but it ain't me.
Ooh.
Don't be doing like that,
DC. All right, let's get it in, man.
Ray.
I love you, Nika.
Hold up, be on time.
Let's go.
I smoke weed for my cataract. Kenny, your nigga being funny. Tell Pete my make is dragging on the floor. Get out of that chick without no drawers. Club the baby without no drawers. Talk about swag, cause we'll burst you. Talk about money, cause we'll burst you. Don't you talk about cranking, cause we'll burst you. Hold up.
Let's go. Come on. You know what it is, right? You already know. Going in the craze a little bit. I want to go in the craze a little bit. Let's take it back to when the E&E was getting it in. All my NEG stars, y'all family. They got a big show coming up too. I know they not partying like this. They not partying like this. It's the blend. It's the blend.
What the fuck did you say? What the fuck did you say? Well, all right. We just want to each day, man. Up next to my baby, Lil Rudy and friends, they come to blend, y'all. Don't forget about tomorrow night, y'all. We got the Good Luck Ohio.
Say what, rappers? Say what?
They come to blend, y'all.
Say what?
Don't they come to blend, y'all.
Say what?
Don't they come to blend, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget about tomorrow night, y'all. We got the Good Luck Ohio. Filling up my main man, Levi and friends. Y'all. The Reeds roll through. A Trinity. The 14th place. The C's 7 ladies. Fairfax crew. Damn big ace, y'all. Walk it out here. Tell me where y'all from. Where y'all from? Where y'all stay? Where y'all stay?
Woo, Lord. That's how I got started, y'all.
Come on. Come on. Walk it out here. Come on. Walk it out here.
Little flashback moment. Let's go. It's the blend.
Come on. Walk it out here. Come on. Where y'all from? Come on. Walk it out here. Knock that beat down and
Let's go. Let me explain something to you. This is the official party on Wednesday nights. 8 o'clock sharp. It's the Blend Show. Don't get it twisted. I said it. Yes, I did. Let's go.
Wave yourself over there, girl. Got your body. Where? Yeah.
Hey, Issei, let my drip drip, damn it. Hey, let my drip drip, damn it.
And that Sheriff Roll through running to my man, Big B. Yeah, good to see you, man. Come on. Here comes the body snatcher. Yeah. Gangsta turns. Snatch your bodies up, we out. Yeah. Hey, Sugar Hero. Here comes the body snatcher. Yeah. Hey, Big Dirt. Yo. Snatch your bodies up, we out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hey, Geraldine. Here comes the body snatcher. Yeah. Hey, River turns. Snatch your bodies up, we out. Yeah. Hey, 58. Here comes the body snatch. Body snatch. Right, body snatch. Body snatch. Right, body snatch. Body snatch. Snatching them bodies.
Your man DJ D Money DC, follow me right there.
All the old movers up in here, y'all. My goodness, we so feel good up here, y'all. Now the real groove, now the creator, the DB crew, the TM crew, and the Metro crew. We love you too. Say what now? All right. I said, when school was closed, we was good to go. We didn't want to leave until we closed the show. Show enough. Show enough. I said, show enough. Show enough. I said, when school was closed, we was good to go. We didn't want to leave until we closed the show. Show enough. Show enough. I said, show enough. Show enough. Read out the beat. When school was closed, it was good to go. We didn't want to leave until we closed the show. When school was closed, it was good to go. We didn't want to leave until we closed the show. Now the school is open.
I'm just an uptown dude. I'm just an uptown dude. It's the blend each and every Wednesday. Share this feed. Share this feed. That's how I feel right now.
This is how we rock, throw your hands in the air. Tick tock, this is how we rock. This is how we rock. Now hook me up.
Let's go. Wednesday night action. It's the Blend Show.
On the wall.
Let's go.
I heard. That's you. Yeah. See that? They want to close with it. So, like this, it goes again.
Hey, you know what? I be neglecting the Godfather Go-Go. Without him, there would be no Blend Show. Gotta show some respect to the Godfather one time. I don't think our airways playing enough Chuck Brown. I don't think we play enough Chuck Brown. I'm gonna get back into my groove a little bit.
Making a function behind the door. Cops ran in and then Joe ran out. Round the road, he began to shout, "Run, Joe, run, Joe, run, Joe." Hey, the policeman at the door. "Run, Joe, run, Joe, run, Joe." Hey, the man, he won't let me go. "Run, Joe, run, Joe, run, Joe." Hey, the run as fast as you can. "Run, Joe, run, Joe, run, Joe." Hey, the policeman knows your plan. Got money, got to stand my bail. Don't want to see but this is right in jail.
Hello.
You know they want to find no evidence.
We getting ready to bring this thing back.
You get it better. Call the doctor when you tie your hand up. Ask your mama to invent a
We getting ready to bring this thing back. Talk about our Washington Redskins. Yes, I said Redskins. Yes, I did. Yeah. Gotta show some love to the Godfather Go-Go Chuck Brown. The Blend Show Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Facebook, YouTube, streets.
You can tell by your secret glass. I'm just a victim of circumstance. I'll be gone by the break of day. If they just believe what I say, Rando, and he's at the door. Rando, he won't let me go.
Yes, I said it. Yes, I did. Will we miss this? What you say?
Run up as a score, we wanna lie.
We're gonna talk about the name. We're gonna talk about the brand change.
Fight all you see to victory, cause we are the DMV. Hail to the Redskins.
For life, you dig?
Hail victory.
For life, you dig?
Skins are on the warpath. We are the DMV. This is for the DMV. DC, Maryland, Virginia. When it comes to the skins, there's only one agenda.
Oh.
It's in our blood all summer to December. Take a trip to FedEx, you will remember. It's still the same from back in the day when the seats used to rock after RFK. It's time that the story be told, cause the DMV bleeds burgundy and gold. Run up as a score, we wanna lie.
Hey, it is the Blend Show.
Man.
It is the Blend Show. I don't know.
I hate you. Anyway, wow. You know what I mean?
Is that over? That feeling you
Um,
feel right now, is it over?
okay. Breaking news. Breaking news. Okay. The fans and y'all too ready for this? Y'all ready?
What's that?
Let's go.
This has just been reported by the New York Post. This was reported by the New York Post. So this is a legitimate thing. It says the Washington Redskins football team bombshell is coming, and it has nothing to do with the name. It says the removal of the racist nickname will not end Daniel Snyder's problems. There is a rap and a toxic culture of the Washington football team, which is about to be exposed in the next coming days in a sickening fashion, wrote Jason LaCora, the former beat writer for the Washington Post, who now works for the New York Post. And Julie Donaldson, NBC sports reporter, also said, "What is coming will be disappointing and sad." So as of 3 hours ago, the Blend Show came on at 8 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, I text Nika Ray and I text D Money. Larry Michaels, who is the voice of the Washington Redskins, who runs all of the Redskins radio, TV, footage, everything, training camp. He abruptly resigned today. He quit.
Yeah,
He's gone.
I saw that early.
I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is going on. Now, because we are the Blend Show and we are fans, I text two people who work, who do media. One of them will remain nameless. The other one is Sean Springs, who's been on the air. I text Sean Springs and said, "How bad it is? How bad is this?" He said it is pretty bad, and I will let you know later. So in the next couple of days, something is going to be released, and word on the curve is, and remember when you heard this first, the Blend Show. Daniel Snyder may be selling the team, or he may be forced to sell the team. That is what the reports are coming out. That
Right.
is what's being heard. Larry McMichaels, the person who had sole ownership of everything media-wise, abruptly quit. He gave it all up. He left.
He got out of
I
Dodge.
don't. He got out of Dodge. So I don't know what is about to happen, but all I know is it got to be crazy if the New York Post, the New York Times, the LA Times, and every major media report is saying in the next few days something horrific is about to come out and people are jumping off. So if I had to guess, and I'm just saying, I don't know what y'all think,
Right.
it must be something very racial, a real serious racial Donald Sterling type situation that could be coming down the line for everybody to jump off. I don't know why, and let me say this. D Money, I know you know this. Larry Michaels is one of the coolest, down to earth, humblest human beings. He's very open. He had Wale on there a few times. He when Sean Springs was hosting the Redskins pregame thing, he wanted Go-Go Bands to be there. For him to say, you know what, I'm out, I'm laying everything down, I'm out, it got to be something bad. But if you Google it right now, the New York Post is reporting that something bad is about to come out and that Daniel Snyder may be forced to sell the team.
What?
You heard it here first.
Well, some of the co-owners, but I guess it'll be the minority owners because they don't own the majority of the team.
Yeah, but they own 40
shares. Just like a
No.
week ago.
Yeah, they actually sold it, bro. Like
They
didn't
did
want
sell
to-
it? Okay, I didn't know that they actually sold it.
Yeah, pretty much they're getting out of Dodge. And I don't know how you can, the Redskins are like the fourth richest NFL franchise. And for you to get rid of all this TV money, for you to want to run from all this revenue that comes from that comes from merchandise. I'll give you a perfect example. Everybody know Paxton Baker is my guy from the Washington Nationals. Paxton Baker told me his share of the Washington Nationals revenue from when they won the championship was over $60 million extra. He said in revenue alone from the Washington Nationals run, it was over $60 million. So you could triple that when it comes to football.
Yeah. And
So I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen, D Money. I don't know what's about to happen, but it got to be bad.
I don't know. I've reached out to my man B Mitch. He said that he was busy. That's what he texts back. I am very busy. I said I'm gonna leave that alone.
I called B Mitch and the big homie Bernie Simpson, and I texted them, and nobody got back to me, bro.
Yeah, all B Mitch text back to me. I'm very busy. I'll get back with you all.
I called. Hit me on this one, bro.
He came off vacation. You gotta know he was on vacation. He came off vacation this week. So yeah.
Donnie is gonna be teaching my class next week. And he didn't answer the phone today. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like whatever this is, it gotta be bad. So I don't know. Y'all heard it here first. Remember who told y'all first? Something is about to happen. And if I had to guess, I think it got to be something very super racially charged, because we do know that Daniel Snyder is a hardcore Trump supporter. He's a hardcore Trump, like he gave big money to that man. Right. That's his guy. And for people who don't know, Daniel Snyder does media. And if you look at the Dick Clark New Year's Eve thing, Daniel Snyder Company and Daniel Snyder runs that.
Snyder's Communications.
Snyder's Communications. Ryan Seacrest works partly for Dan Snyder. So this got to be bad, bro.
Yeah.
For people to hop off like this got to be bad, bro.
Yeah. So if you wanted to be in somebody's shoes right now, how about the dude in VA who threw all the trademarks for everything pending in the news?
Man said payday.
Why we slept on this?
Man said payday. Okay.
Bruh. But the sad thing is, the crazy thing is, the Washington Warriors was available 3 months ago, which means we all could have got it.
That's what I'm saying. Soon as the rumors of names came out, why didn't we go in it on 3 ways and go in there and get some? Yeah, exactly. That's what I did.
We dropped the ball.
That's what I said.
You know why, D-Money?
What's that?
You know, because Nika Ray was asleep. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
That's what that was. This is crazy.
Our fearless leader.
The person who calls and yells at me on a weekly basis about something, who guilts me into everything. Anyway.
I don't guilt you into anything.
Yeah, you do, bro.
With the names that's out there, Nika Ray, you're a diehard sports, Washington, D.C. sports fanatic.
Is she?
Yeah. She sits through Wizards games and asks me, am I there? Are the Lakers playing? Then I'm not there.
I caught her at a Wizards game on the floor.
So, yeah, she goes to Wizards games on a regular. So
if she wasn't if she was not my sister, bro.
Hey,
if she was not my sister.
So out of the names that's out there, what are you leaning towards, or do you have a idea or a suggestion on your end?
Honestly, now that I know that the guy from VA has snatched up everything, it just definitely put like a tarnish on anything that I thought it was going to be or that I did like. I did hear different ones. I heard the Washington Senators, since we had the Capitals and the Nationals. Then I heard Washington Warhogs, Red Tails, Red Fins, Warriors. I'm just like, I really would like to keep the HTTR at least.
I was leaning towards,
So we all know, we just talked about how Daniel Snyder is. So I know he wasn't going with the Red Tails. And I believe Raven told us last week that had something to do with military or Air Force, one or the other, when it came to that name. So that was like most likely that was already taken.
What, the Red Tails?
I think it's the Red Tails.
That's the Tuskegee Airmen Air Squadron's name.
I mean, I know that one, but I believe it's something else that they currently have going on.
Oh, okay.
That she was saying that they already have, I guess, trademarked for their post. So I'm not sure. I really don't know, because the guy from VA he blew my mind.
Grabbed all of them.
Yeah, he got it all. I was like, damn.
He said it's going to cost me a mint, but if I get paid on one of them, I'm ahead of the game.
And I think that we've had this conversation so many times that I didn't think that it was going to ever really happen. But then when FedEx pulled out, Nike was pulling out, Amazon was like, we about to take everything that says Redskins off of our site.
And
it was just like,
they ain't waste no time.
I was like, ooh, they making money moves.
Well,
wait a minute, this is serious.
With any protest, we always say, stop doing that and hit the pockets. If you hit the pockets, they will listen. But
again, this is not the first time that this has come up. It's been definitely different protests that came up. I've seen the Native American culture come out and protest. I've seen it all, but they never changed the name.
Yeah, but this is the first time, and E-Mike can correct me. This is the first time that them 3 big sponsorships said that, look, we out of here.
They had to, though. They had to. In light of what's going on in the world right now, they had to. You couldn't just stand by and let that happen. That's just like any other sporting brand, like Under Armour or Adidas or whoever. You know what I mean? That at this point, you got to step up.
Yeah. Shout out to Under Armour. That's one of my SDA friends from Tacoma Park High School in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Tacoma Academy.
But also, I just think maybe if they caught wind of this, whatever is about to happen, I think what it feels to me is everybody's jumping off early,
right?
Because they know something is about to happen.
They're trying to get damage control right now.
Everybody's trying to get in front of something. There's no way that you're gonna just sell your shares and distance yourself from an NFL franchise that you know gonna make millions and billions of dollars every year. Something is up, bro, that we don't really know about. For people to just say, real talk. For them to say, I'm out, bro. Like, who would really distance themselves?
Have we checked on Doug? Have we checked on Dougie Doug? Have we checked on Doug Williams?
Facts.
He might be a patsy. He might be the fall guy.
You know what? I don't know, because Doug is a proud guy. You know what I mean? He talks. Now, I'm going to tell you the name that I love the most. I actually like the Red Wolves because, number one, we can keep the HTTR hashtag. That's number one. And then the other thing was, I was just thinking the fact that what it could do, and I'm just thinking as a guy who writes jingles and who does, fan interaction. Can you imagine being at at the stadium and everybody going, "Ow!"
buddy, the wolf.
The Game of Thrones, right. Wolf Pack, the Wolf Den,
and do Wolf Pack. That's North Carolina.
Yeah, but guess what? This is NFL.
That's their brand. You can't say Wolf Pack. We'll be right back where we started.
Hey, it don't matter.
Speaking how though, that den is it. That's what got me. Couple things I wanted. I was rolling with the Warriors at first until I thought about the HTTR. I was like, we need to keep something from back in the day. So with the red, I kept thinking the fight song. We can change the Redskins word and keep the fight song going, but it has to be a 2-syllable word to fit the pattern.
Red Wolf.
So that's 2 syllables. Warriors, that's 3. Everything else wasn't fitting in. And then I thought like you. I was like, if we ever get back where we can go to the games and 60,000 people are howling, when you pull up at the stadium in your visitor's bus, we got wolves out there, we got dogs out there tailgating, people, everybody's barking. You got the Wolf Pack. And then we got the rookies. We're gonna call them the Cubs. They coming up. Oh yeah, I was marketing this thing right here, and I put the claws over the shoulder pads and the look, that whole thing
for the whole new logo and everything.
Yeah, it was looking good. And it's a fresh start to everything.
Yeah,
which also means everybody's going to rush to buy it. It's going to be all this new stuff. He's going to make a bunch of money.
Millions of dollars.
Well, listen, people already are trying to buy everything with the Redskins name on it because it's going to be collector's item at this point.
That'd be me.
I mean, think about it. It happened when we had the Washington Bullets. And now we got the Washington Wizards.
And I just want to put this out there because people keep talking about Senators. Y'all do know that the baseball team was called.
They don't know.
The Washington Senators.
They don't
played at Griffin Stadium down by Howard, where is now Howard University Hospital. So that's
They don't know.
somebody owns that senator's name, so you can wipe that out.
Yeah, because if that's the case, the Nationals will be the Senators.
Right.
If they didn't own it. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, you're right.
I mean, like
Yeah.
like you said the other day, I seen somebody else posted too that if they would have did the Washington Bullets and brought it back.
Hey, bro, I said
That
the
would've been
pettiest thing. Hey, dog, that would have been the pettiest thing in the world. Let me say, okay, I'm gonna change the name. Yeah, ready? The Washington Bullets.
All right.
So, yeah. Hey,
Man.
bro, word
But
on the
that
curb
howling
is-
thing got me. I was like,
That
the
got me.
howl in the stadium. We can finally be intimidating again with home field advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The guy in Virginia, he didn't take that name, did he?
Oh, he took every one of
He
them.
got everything relating.
Nika. He has
No, I
everything.
knew of the top 5 that everybody was saying that he got, but I don't know the extent of how many he had.
Everyone that you can think of.
Yeah,
This guy. I don't know how
he straight and comboed them numbers.
Bro, I don't know how he thought about
He found that joint on the
did it.
dark web or something.
Bruh, he owns it all. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all because we are the Blend Show, and I've dealt with this. So when I was in Listen the band, we actually got into a trademark over the Listen name with Listen the Group. So I kind of have some insight on because we Listen the band actually hired a trademark lawyer. You know what I mean? So the thing is 3 things you got to remember when you get a trademark. What are you going to do with it?
Right.
Are you buying it just to sell it, or are you buying it to use it recently?
And you got a certain amount of time to use it.
And you got a certain amount of time to use it if you don't use it. So if you notice, Listen the band and Listen the Group both put out CDs real quick with the name on it to prove that we were trying to make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude basically that owned all them Washington names, he can basically sit back and say, okay, Dan, man, give me $500,000. You know what I mean? He owns, this is so crazy, Nika. He owns every one of them.
Yeah.
Red Tails, Red Wolves, Warriors, anything that you could think of. I don't know how he did it. He owns 10 of them. He's just sitting back. You know what I mean?
I don't know about Red Tails though.
But it's almost like 10. It was 10 of them?
No. He has Red Tails, bro.
No,
he got the Red Tails.
He submitted for Red Tails. None of them have been approved yet. I'm telling you,
but that's all you need though.
Huh?
But when you're trying to legally copyright something, that's all you need. Because let me tell you, let me tell you what I
run it to make sure. Because I'm telling you, that's a Tuskegee Airmen squadron name. You're not gonna tell me Tuskegee University.
Let me tell you how it goes.
But if he put Washington Red Tails, it's not
different.
the same. Like it's not.
Let me tell you why I know. Let me tell you why I know. Because we family here. I'm gonna tell you that. When I created the Allison Seymour and Mark Clark theme song, I went and trademarked the new move in the afternoon. So you type the phrase and see if anybody own it.
Right.
Once you type it and it comes back empty, then you pay for it and then start the process.
Right.
So for him to do it, he must have typed it in. He saw nobody had Washington Red Tails, and then he put it in. So all you got to do is type in. And this is you can go online and do this. You go to the trademark website. Type in the phrase.
Trust me.
Yeah. Type in the name. Yeah. So what happened was he must have went in, typed all them names up, and then paid the $300 to get all of them. That's why, because I just did this.
Yeah.
I literally just did this for the new. I actually, and what happened was, and I'm gonna be honest, because we family here. Donnie Simpson told me, now that you have, he was explaining to me that the Quiet Storm theme song was trademarked by Kathy Hughes, and he was like, there are a lot of radio phrases that have been trademarked, so do it now. So I typed in new move in the afternoon. I called up Mumble Saw's old lawyer, who was the manager with Malachi. Once I found out that nobody had it, I immediately put the trademark in, and I gotta wait 60 days. So that's what that dude did. He just typed it in, saw nobody had it, and then he jumped right on it. So basically, first come, first serve. He has to prove that he's gonna do something with it. He can have a youth football team and say he's gonna have Washington Warriors, and he owns it, bro. All you gotta do is prove that you're gonna be doing something with it.
Yeah, but it also with that, it's in reference how you use it. So with the Washington Redskins and them Red Tails, they've already said that they want to use it as a salute and honor to the Tuskegee Airmen situation. So if he put it in Red Tails, the Washington Red Tails, and if the Washington Red, if Dan Snyder and his organization go after that and use the Red Tails in the form of, we want to honor the Tuskegee Airmen and the service dudes like they're saying, and dude didn't put it in that way, he lost out.
No,
if he put it in that way, I think he's going to run into a block with Tuskegee.
I saw it on Fox 5 yesterday, and let me tell you, he has trademarked everything. He 100%. And Nika Ray knows this. We just had a situation in Go-Go where that just happened. Real, I swear to God, bro. Oh. Right.
That information has not been released, sir.
Okay, yeah. Like my whole point is, you would be surprised what is not trademarked or what is available. That what people hold on. I don't want you to jump in yet. You would be surprised on how many phrases and names that we use every day that we have been using for years that has never been trademarked, bro.
Oh, I know. I said
that's all I'm gonna say,
and punched in a lot of things that popped to mind just to see what was going to come up, and was surprised. And I think I shared it with both of you all on whose name came up under certain people's name. Like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Same situation in VA.
Yes. Last thing, you have to read in order to do it. It's like a time limit. So I think it's like a 16-month. If you trademark the name and you don't do nothing with it, you got to reapply for the trademark. You lose it.
Right.
And the dude in Virginia reapplied in March for it, bro. That's how he got the jump.
Right.
He reapplied in March for the Warriors and the Red Wolves. That's how he got it before the Redskins, because it actually expired and he jumped back on.
Yeah, so I'm leaning towards the Red Wolves. I like that. Something to that effect. Keep the R and give me the Wolves for the howl. I can roll. I don't know about you, but I'm still wearing my Redskin gear. I got on Redskin shorts right now. You hear me? I'm born and raised in Washington, D.C. I'm not gonna stop being a Washington Redskin fan. I still like the Bullets. I don't like the Wizards, but I like the Bullets.
Hey, bro, I tell everybody, I got paid to do Washington Redskin football songs. So you know how much I love them. And I got 3 homies that played for the Redskins, like homies. You know what I mean? Shout out to Darian McCants as well. Like I got homies who like I know, like they my men. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sean Springs. You know what I mean? Who I hope he get his Wi-Fi together because we can get him back on here. But yeah.
Well, hey, that's it. That's how it's gonna be. Hey, look here, man. This is pretty much gonna wrap up another episode of the Blend Show. Great conversation, great laughs. I think we touched on a lot of itchy and things in the news you can use, but like the Blend, nobody is gonna give it to you like we are. You know what I'm saying? And our closing remarks, Nika Ray.
Hey, thank you all for tuning in. Catch us next Wednesday, 8 to 10.
Bootsy Vegas.
Next week, we have some amazing guests, and I just want y'all to once again get ready for what you're about to hear from Redskin Park. This is going to be a crazy, amazing week, and we may have to get our homie Sean Springs and Chick Hernandez on here to talk about it, or somebody, because this is going to be crazy next week. 8 to 10 every Wednesday.
All right, that's what it is. Hey, it's me, your man, DJ D Money, Mr. Party Before the Party. Let me tell you, 8 o'clock on Wednesday, this is the true party of the parties. All right, don't get it twisted. Yes, I said it. Yes, I did. Hey, he can't do it like me.
Hey, done with you, done with you.
Until next week.
Done with you, we done with you. Hey, done with you, done with you.
You know what?
We have done with you, we done with you. Hey, done with you, done with you. We have done with you, we done with you. Hey, done with you, done with you.
It's the Blend.
We have done with you, we done with you.
That's right.
Done with you, done with you. We have done with you, we done with you.
All our competition.
Done with you.
And you know what?
Turn your radio up. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Turn your radio up, homie. Listen to this. Hey, listen to this.
Happy birthday, Sanchez.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Happy birthday, Sanchez.
Turn your radio up, cuz. Listen to this. Listen to this. Here we go. Hey, they need crank. They need a dog crank. Listen to this, yo. Listen to this. Come on. Hey, they need crank. They need a dog crank. Here we go. DMV. Go girl worldwide. Hey, turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, need the Ravens in Vegas. Said it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Be money, need the Ravens in Vegas. Said it again. Turn your radio up. It's the blend. It's the blend. Chicken, damn McLovin. Oh yeah. Come on. DC's on DJ D money. Monday and